Hi guys, Anime Magica here with my next Yu-Gi-Oh deck review. Today's deck review is all about the Spellcasters. Um, Basically, whole deck revolves around Spellcaster type monsters. There are a few other types of monsters in here, like a few warriors, stuff like that. You'll see them as the deck review goes on, but all in all, it's just a Spellcaster deck. Heavy hitter Spellcasters obviously being Dark Magician, it's also Dark Magic, as you know, you tell. But yeah, we'll just dive straight into the review because I don't know how much time I'm going to have for this. Start off with a Sorcerer of Dark Magic. I've only got the one of this guy in the deck. The simple reason is he's just that hard to summon, but his attack points and his effect really do make up for that. I also find it that sometimes I'll have two Dark Magicians or a Dark Magician girl and a Dark Magician on the field, so I'll just obviously sack them for this. The simple reason is he can negate trap cards. And he's got 3,200 attack points, which is, to be honest, this guy is a Jinzo with some heavy firepower. So I'll just move him to the side. Two Dark Magicians. One jump version, one of the starter deck Yugi versions from the very, very old ones. Artwork overall, I prefer this Dark Magician. In total artworks that I think there are around about 5 artworks that I've seen of the Dark Magician. But all in all, I prefer this one. Just because he's more vibrant and colourful. In this one, he's more blue with red. I don't know, it just seems too... And he's got green skin, which I found pretty freaky. When you can... To be honest, this one, the reason I like this is because it's more anime true. But hey, I'm just the minority here. But yeah, I didn't have the jump version, but I received this off my brother, who gave me his decks. So I took out the secondary Dark Magician from the second starter deck Yugi and put this Dark Magician in. So anyway, let's keep going on. Don't know how much time I've got, so I better get these fast. Buster Blader. You'll probably know why I've got this guy in the deck. 2,600 attack, 2,300 defense, and for every dragon in my opponent's graveyard and on his field, it gains 500 attack points. You'll also find out that his counterpart, Dark Paladin, which is in the fusion deck for this particular arc. Well, this particular deck. Yeah, I'll just leave you to it with that one. A Dark Magician Girl. Only got one of these in the deck, considering it's just a level 6 that I can easily summon just with one tribute, or with Magician's Circle, which is also in this deck. 2 Magician's Valkyrias. Now I got one from the jump and one from the red Nova Dragon tin. But still, it's good to have 2 of these in the deck. You can go all out and have 3. For just being able to draw one. Basically, if you've got 2 of these guys face up on the field, your opponent cannot declare an attack at all if you've just got spellcasters face up on the field. Any other monster really, and say if you've got 4 spellcasters and a warrior, they can still attack the warrior, but spellcasters are off limits as long as you've got these 2 face up on the field. And I have 2 breakers, gold series, and one from the starter deck. Obvious reason, he's a 1900 when he's summoned because a spell counter is put on him, and he gains 300 for every spell counter. The maximum you can have on there, unfortunately, is 1, but you can then remove the counter to destroy any kind of spell and trap card. Or is it just face up? Let me just check. No, it's just destroy any. So it's pretty handy to have that if your opponent activates a trap card and you just want to get rid of it quickly. And I've got 2 of them in the deck for that reason. A Charcoal Empachi, level 1, easy to summon, and he's just a very good blocker considering he's got 2,100 defense points. And then Kendog, this guy might get taken out in a later date, but it's just for the attack points really. He gets he's a Beast Warrior with 1,800. I just thought it'd be good to have in the deck just for a bit of variety. I've got a normal Karibo in here just for damage reduction. A Blast Magician. Now this deck does have quite a few spell cards, and for this reason I put Blast Magician in because for every spell card activated, he gains a counter. So it can be from me or my opponents that he gains a counter from it. And by removing any number of counters, I can destroy a face-up monster whose attack points are equal to or less than the number of counters times 700. So basically, if my opponent, say, has a face-up Blue Eyes White Dragon, I can remove, and I have, say, 5 counters on this thing, that's a Blue Eyes gone straight away. Actually, no, 6 count. Actually, I think, yeah, 4 counters would probably do it. I don't know. No, wait. Yeah, it has to be 5 counters. I've just done the maths in my head. 2. Now I have the familiar Possessed. I've only got 2 of these in the deck, just for the attack points, really. 1,850. Just 150 off 2,000. That's pretty good. I'm not too bothered whether their effects activate or not, because I don't have the Charmers, like Era the Water Charmer and Heat of the Fire Charmer. I don't care about their effects to inflict battle damage on defense position monsters, but they can only be gained by summoning via their Charmers. It's just the attack points, really. The 1,850, that pretty much says why they're in the deck in the first place. Now I have a Dark Exile Fusion in here, just for an extra fusion material monster. Say I only have a Dark Magician in my hand, and with this guy and Polymerization, I can summon this guy out, use Polymerization, and fuse that with Dark Magician to either create Dark Paladin or Dark Flare Knight, which is also in the fusion deck as an extra fusion target. So basically, there's that. Crystal Seer. Yeah, basically she's in here just because when she's flipped, I get to pick up 2 cards from the top of the deck. Then I pick 1 to add to the hand and 1 to send to the bottom of the deck. And it doesn't class as a draw. It's just pick up and select 1. And 1 goes to go to your hand, 1 to go to the bottom of the deck. So cards like Greed won't cause you any damage based on this. Obnoxious Celtic Guard, just for its effect of 1,900 attack point monsters and more can't destroy this. Anything less than 1,900 and this guy will get destroyed pretty easy, considering it's a 1,200 defense position monster. 1 Defender the Magical Knight. Pretty good to have in, considering when he's summoned, like Breaker, he gets a counter put on him, and you can remove that counter to protect the monster from being destroyed by battle. So it's pretty good to have that there. Double cost on, just to summon a Dark Magician a bit faster. If you have it in the hand and you've got this guy out, he counts as 2 tributes for dark monsters. A Skill Angel, just to draw a card if you need a bit of draw power on that one. I've only got the 1 skilled Dark Magician in this deck. Would like 2, and possibly a skilled White, but I don't know. Basically, his effect is for every spell card that's activated, he gets a spell counter put on him. And when 3 are activated, I can release him to summon a Dark Magician from anywhere, hand, deck, or graveyard, but not off play. So, Majestic Mech Orca. This can be pretty good for just a quick attack card, because you can normal summon it without a tribute. But during the turn's end phase, it's sent straight to the graveyard. Or if you've got the spare time and the spare means, you just normal summon it with 1 tribute. It's 2,400 attacks. That's pretty good. Kaiku, just for removing cards out of my opponent's graveyard and preventing my opponent from removing any cards. Blade Knight, basically can negate the effect of flip effect monsters that it destroys, and when I have 1 or less cards in my hand, its attack points can go up by 400, so it becomes really a 2,000 attack point monster pretty easily. And for the last of the monsters, a Spear Cretin. Simply the reason is because when he's flipped face up and then sent to the graveyard, when he's flipped and destroyed and sent to the graveyard, both players can special summon monsters from their graveyard in either face up attack or face down defense position. So it's pretty handy if you've got a monster in the graveyard you want to get back, like Dark Magician or Buster Blader, for that matter. Now onto the spells. A Wave Motion Cannon. I just run in the deck purely for the fun of seeing my opponent squirm, because I usually put up pretty heavy hitters and just watch this thing build up standby phases. For every standby phase it passes, I basically just turn the card because it doesn't say put a counter on it or anything. But then during your main phase, you send it to the graveyard, and for every standby phase that is of your standby phases that have passed, it should clarify that. So say you activate it, then say 6 of your standby phases pass, then you send it to the graveyard. That's a total of 6,000 damage, because for every standby phase that passes, it inflicts 1,000 points of damage to your opponent. Just to clarify, you don't send it to the graveyard and then every 1,000, every standby phase just constantly keeps inflicting. You have to wait. It's obviously just you've got to build up. So basically, what I do is I just put the card down and I turn it. So like, as one standby phase passes, turn, and so on and so forth. And then when it gets to around about 8, that's when I just send it to the graveyard, and that's 8,000 points of damage sent. A lightning vortex. Simple thing, just to clear my opponent's field out. A Sage's Stone. If I have a Dark Magician go face up, I can just bring in a Dark Magician with this card. A Monster Reborn, just to bring monsters back from the graveyard that I may need, like Dark Magician for a fusion, or Buster Blader for that matter for a fusion, or even the Hexeld. Swords of Revealing Light just for a stall, just in case really, because in some cases I have had times when I've had a draw where it's just been Dark Magicians, Buster Bladers. When Dark Magician of Chaos used to be in the deck, you get the point, it was just dead draws. A Dark Magic Curtain to get Dark Magician out a bit faster. 1 Polymerization. I think I may have stated earlier that I don't really care much for quality, it's just been function over form. So yeah, if I haven't stated it, I'm stating it now. I don't care if the quality's bad of the card, as long as it's getting used in the deck. It's only if it's for trades that I really care about quality. Magicians Unite. For some reason is I can select one. If I have 2 or more spellcasters face up on the field, I can select one of them, and that card's attack points go all the way up to 3,000 until the end phase. Only thing is, my other spellcasters can't attack. A Mage Power, because this just allows me to bump up one of my monsters by 500 straight away, and for every other spell and trap card, it gains an additional 500. Mystical Space Typhoon. Magical Dimension. Double Spell. Dark Core. And Diffusion Wave Motion. This is pretty good if I've got Dark Magician or Dark Paladin up on the field, or even Sorcerer of Dark Magic. Basically, I drop 1,000 and my monster can now attack every one of my opponent's monsters. It's pretty good if you want to inflict a lot of damage over a certain time, but the only downside is that you can't attack directly and none of your other monsters can attack. So you've got to really pick your way with this one. For traps, I've got a Bottomless, a Sakuretsu, Magician's Circle. This allows me to get Dark Magician Girl and some of my other monsters out of spellcasters with 2,000 attack points or lower out just that little bit quicker. A Cursed Seal. Now people have been saying run a Magic Jammer, but I find the Cursed Seal is pretty much a good compromise if say someone's running a deck that's like Elemental Heroes and runs Polymerization or something. Call the Haunted. Spellbinding Circle. DNA Surgery to run in combo with Dark Paladin and Buster Blader. So just basically turn everything to dragons. A Threatening Roar just for a stall. Same with the newer version of Wabaku, the one that prevents monster destruction as well. Not the old one where it just reduced all battle damage to 0. Took the old model out and put the new one in, so I have to thank the Zombie World deck for that one. And finally, a Magic Cylinder. Fusion deck, basically I've only got the 2. Dark Paladin and Dark Flare Knight, just an extra fusion target. You probably don't already know Dark Paladin's effect. He gains 500 attack and defense for every dragon on the field and in the graveyards. And you can ditch a card from your hand to negate the activation of an opponent's spell card and destroy it. Dark Flare Knight I've only got in here just as an extra fusion target. He's got 2,200 defend attack, and when any battle damage involving this card is reduced to 0. So it's just really an extra fusion target if I want something just quickly on the field and I haven't got anything that I can utilise. Um, so yeah, that's the Spellcaster's deck, and like I said, it runs pretty well on its own. But feel free to give me some comments and tips on this one. Um, Thanks for your time. I'll be doing my Elemental Hero deck next. So yeah, feel free to comment on this one. Thanks for watching. See you in a bit.